Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my daily reading for the weekend, August 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th. And what does that mean? TGIF, TGIF, the weekend's here. Okay, so I've been trying to be brief in the past, this past week, but my goodness, the readings have been long. This is it's supposed to be an even bigger spread, but I've made it much more concise. Anyhow, so here we begin again. Let's look at wishes, manifesting our dreams, that kind of thing. Okay, Querent, Chariot. Woohoo! The Chariot card. Okay, so the person to whom this reading applies to is someone who is really charging forward, wanting to charge forward, really want to take matters into their own hands, gaining a vantage point of view. This came up in the previous reading, the vantage point, I remember that. But here, when you have the person mounted on the chariot, they really are looking at the battlefield. They really are looking at everything around them. They can see better. They're lifted up. They're able to see the battlefield, for crying out loud. So the chariot is really taking matters into their own hands, and they want to charge forward. They really want to charge forward, move, move, move. So what's going on here? For what surrounds the person, okay? What is surrounding the querent and in terms of manifesting their wish or dream? It's the Seven of Swords in reverse. Woo! The card of lies. Someone getting away with stuff, okay? So what this is telling me is that the person who is wanting to manifest their dream, their desire, you know, they really want to do it from a point where they are able to see ahead of time who is wanting to get away with certain things that will deter their movement forward. So whatever's been the deterrent in the road, you know, they want to see the deterrent way ahead of time, so they can avoid the bumps in the road. That's what's going on here with the Seven of Swords. But I want to talk more about that soon because of this card down here. We'll get to that. Now, in terms of the factors surrounding your actual wish. So this is you. This is what surrounds you. You want to avoid the lying people, the lies, the deception, blah, 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 right? Okay, but what surrounds your actual wish for manifestation? The Two of Cups. This is a card which means, okay, that you need to be able to sit at the table with someone and talk. You need to be able to open up and talk, place all the cards on the table. Ha, 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 nice little joke. No, but seriously, put all the cards on the table and really discuss matters. There's there's a lot of you need to share and discuss what's going on in terms of whatever it is you're trying to manifest. If you're trying to get the contract drafted, if you're trying to get it signed, if you're trying to sell property, if you're trying to whatever it is that you're trying to do, you understand, all right? You get it. This is generally speaking. So you need to be able to really confront people, persons. You need to be able to all sit at the table and negotiate. You need to negotiate Godfather style. If you don't like the Godfather, never mind the Godfather reference. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. But now, that's the factors surrounding your wish. Being able to do that, to commit to these negotiations, being able to have these talks. You know what we could call this today? The peace talk. This is the card, the peace talks. Being able to commit to peace talks. All right. Now, what opposes you? Collaboration again. I call the Three of Pentacles collaboration. People can call it everything else, whatever they want. But hashing out the finer details of things, really collaborating with people, really having again the discussions. Your work is being evaluated. Whatever it is, things are being evaluated and looked at properly, and that is a major opposing energy because we're not being able to go from this peace talk card to this Three of Pentacles card. We're not able to collaborate. We talk about the peace talks, talk. God, this is kind of reminding me of world leadership right now. Isn't that crazy? This spread is reminding me of world leadership. But anyway, we want to do this. We have the peace talks and we talk about it, but then we don't actually, the collaboration piece doesn't come through. It just doesn't come together. It's like we set a meeting in a time and a place, but it doesn't happen, right? You get it? So it doesn't go. It goes. It's like from 2 to 3, but doesn't quite get to 3. So that's the opposition, and that's the problem that we're facing here at this time in manifesting this wish and dream, you know. And if there are any world leaders listening to this reading, I hope that wouldn't it be nice if they could just listen to this reading and kind of take note. I'm just saying. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. We're not getting to this collaboration part. It's not happening. We're all talk, but then there's no actual practical approach in applying everything that we talked about over here. All right? Cool. My neighbor's like mowing the lawn right now. My bad, folks. Anyway, so we are now going into the card of which tells us what we actually realize in terms of the wish, the manifestation, the dream. And it's the Moon card. There is a sense of fear, and fear of isolation, just being alone, just the fear of isolation, of fear, something with fear. This is also a card where it's like almost like self-protection, like you don't really want to reveal the truth. You don't want to reveal what it is that you don't like. And that's a major no-no, because if we're trying to, you know, I'm looking back at this Chariot card, it's crazy, and you want to take charge and move forward, you know, but you can't do that if you're coming from a place of fear, or that you fear that you're going to be isolated in the thing that you're going to express or bring to the table. When you fear that people are going to oppose you, you know, they're not even going to hear they're not going to hear you out, right? And the purpose of peace talks is so that everyone can express what their need is, you know, what needs to be done, right? But if you don't express it, then you're self-deceiving, and you deceive others. You see what I'm saying? So this is like double-edged sword going on here. Chariot, Seven of Swords reversed in the Moon. And this is, again, look at how these two line up. The Seven of Swords, the typical card of lies and deception, someone getting away with things. They can't really get away with it. It's not so easy when this card is in reverse. They can get away with some, but it's not really like they can't get away with the whole package. But then you have the Moon card, the card of deception, you know. So what's not being said, what's not being revealed, something is not being revealed. And if you want to realize this dream, this wish of yours, and manifest it, well, this is going to be the major block for you. This is going to be the major block. So right now, from what I can see, your dream and wish is not going to be made manifest. At least not yet. However, what do we pull in the outcome card position, that is? The Hermit. The Hermit rears his face again. The Hermit says you need to take a practical approach. We need to light up the darkness here. We need to shed light. Look at how the lamp sheds the light here on the Moon card, facing the Moon card, saying, no, 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 no. You need to work these matters out now. You need to hash them out. Stop hiding and retreating. You need to work towards this. You need to do self-work, okay, in order to get over your own personal obstacles. And that's the thing about this reading. What's the thing is, you want to manifest something and you want to move forward and charge, but then you have these fears and then you retreat. So this energy is negated by this energy. You follow? Staying still, moving forward, staying still. All right. So the Oracle card that we pull as the final advice or warning, in this case it is an advice, is the Solitude card. All right. So what happens with solitude? Okay, this card is telling us that it's not exactly a time to push forward so much. You see the Chariot card here? You want to push here, but there's this energy over here with the Moon, right? So the Solitude card is saying, be comfortable in your own skin. Be comfortable. Not only do you want to bring it on at the peace talks, but you actually want to bring it on and actually manifesting those collaborative meetings and such. Okay? You become comfortable in your own skin. Perhaps this is a time for you to take a little time out for yourself. Okay? Step back. Okay? You need to focus on other factors. You just step back. All right? Don't worry so much. Don't worry so much about the things and the fears that you have. Okay? So step back. And it's interesting that we have, the moon, the hermit, and the solitude all in line here, telling me you need to take another look at yourself. Take a nice deep look at yourself. Confront those fears that you have so that they don't negate the progress that you make. And it doesn't negate the progress that you have made, you know? So if you want to charge forward, you need to really look at this, the fears that you have here and how you're self-deceiving yourself. All right? So that's the meeting. Well, that's funny I said that. That's the meeting for today. And here's the Three of Pentacles. That's the meeting. Well, the Two of Pentacles were meeting and collaboration. So there you go. Meeting. You must be able to come through when it comes to the meetings and these appointments that you make. All right? And the promises that you keep. All right? Have a blessed day always. And I don't know if I'm going to be here next week. I think I'm going to take off next week. So, you know, may this reading serve you well for the weekend and then the week ahead. But I'll be back. I'll probably post something during the week just as a little surprise, okay? But I do need that time because Anna needs a little time off. I got other things to work on. But I'm still available if you make comments below, email, whatever. I'm totally available. It's just my mornings are going to be really up and at 'em. All right? So have a blessed day always. Enjoy the weekend and next week. And I'll be celebrating my birthday. So wish me happy birthday if you like. Bye-bye. See you soon.